What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel and you're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. And today I have a very special unboxing to share with you guys. I finally got this package in the mail. I have been looking forward to it for a long time. Let's just say I put the pre-order for this knife last year, and it is July of this year when I'm getting delivery. Actually, I lied. It is August 1st. So literally August of 2024. Receiving this, I think the pre-order was back in November of 2023. But we're about to find out if the wait was all worth it. About to give you a little hint right here, right? This mysterious package from this mysterious person. Some people might call it the wizard of the knife world, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. If you know, you know. His last name is Winters, and the company starts with Winter. What could this possibly be? I don't know, but there's only one truth. Winter is coming. Anyway, lame jokes aside, let's just go ahead and cut through this thing. Doing the honor, since I'm going to be opening one of my grails, I figure it will only be fair to open it with another one of my grails. And I'm talking, of course, about the Demko AD 20.5 with the tie scales and the diamond pattern 20 CV steel. Shark lock, one of my favorite knives of all times and one of my grails for the longest until I finally added to my collection. I love this knife. And yeah, the knife that is in here, I'm going to love just as much. So, of course, this knife and every other knife that you see in this video will be linked down below. So if you want to check out prices, availability, variants, all that good stuff, the links will be in the description. It does help out the channel when you use those links, but that is entirely up to you and at zero extra cost. All right, that being said, let's go ahead and get in here. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and do a little pinch grip. All right, put that 20 CV to work. It cut through that package like nobody's business. And here we are, guys, officially taking delivery. Right, the time is, just so you know, it is 9:05 p.m. Typically don't do recordings at this time, but yes, this was totally worth it. This could not wait until tomorrow. There was absolutely no wait. This package was just going to sit here overnight for an unboxing tomorrow. It was definitely getting unboxed today. And drum roll, please. Yes, we're talking about WinterBladeCo's magnetic EDC. One of the most interesting, unique brands, knife brands, most innovative brands out there for sure. So this is what the box looks like. You got the little, I want to say wolf looking logo right there with the two halves. And let's just go ahead and you can see this one is nicely sealed. So I'm sure Brian Winters did some QC on these and then sealed the package and then bam, here we go. Now, I'm not sure if these were going to come in one of those plastic cases from Bestech. I do know Bestech is the OEM here, but instead, these come in a fabric little pouch, zipper pouch. Got the WinterBladeCo in the front, and these are the Bestech zipper pouches, right? Except you don't have the Bestech logo. He was able to get the WinterBladeCo or WinterBlade logo embroidered in there, which is pretty cool. Gonna come to that in just a moment. We got a little handout here. I want to say authenticity. Let me get that box out of the way. Should probably take a peek at this. All right, let's see. Oh, we got a WinterBladeCo sticker, right? There's a closer look at the logo there with the blue and the green. Very important. Before using your new WinterBlade product, visit the web address, vital product information at winterbladeco.com, pages/product-info. Save this card and address. All right, check them out. And of course, here's a little, card with the details. We have the Severn. That's right. The Severn is the model that we have here. Blade steel. No, it's not 14C28N. No, it's not Magna Cut. This one is M390. And the handle is going to be not G10, not aluminum, but titanium. And this is batch 1 of the Severn and is certified by BW, aka Brian Winters himself. All right, so there you go. That's all the handouts you get in the package. Let's do this. If you guys are ready, I'm ready. Here we go. All right, bam. Check it out. We got a wiping cloth right there, your typical deal, branded with the WinterBlade. All right, lettering. And here is the knife, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and take this thing out. And yeah, let's take a look at this. At last, I'm finally seeing this thing on hand. And the truth is, was it worth it? Was it worth the wait? Well, one thing is for sure. What is something stuck in there? I don't know. Well, one thing is for sure, right? It feels really good to have this thing on hand at last. Yes, the one that I went with has the sort of bee-blasted titanium finish. If you guys know me, I go more for a monochromatic sort of finish on my knives. And this one has, let's just go ahead and get this thing open here, shall we? We got so many deployment options with this thing. So technically, I already did an unboxing on this one. It was a pass around knife. And, you know, the full unboxing is on the channel. But this is now unboxing my very own. This basically was purchased with my dollars. And we're checking it out here for the first time. Batch 1 delivery of the Severn. Bam! Let's go ahead and cut to the chase. Holy macaroni. So, yes, I got the I got the M390 blade here with the sort of, I think these are called like beacon laser sort of finish on the edge. So if you saw the other unboxing on the Pass Around Severn, that one was like a stone wash finish. And essentially you have a stone washed finish on this one, except it has those lasered lines in there. I'm not sure exactly what the process looks like to get that done, but it certainly looks pretty interesting in person. Now, it's sort of like a cream light coffee, you know, finish to it. A little bit on the light brown sort of color. I'm not sure if it was the pictures online or what it might have been, but you know, what's under the impression it was sort of like a gray finish instead, but in person, again, it's like a light cream, like a light khaki color, so to speak. So you got those lines, some thicker ones on top. They get refined and very thin here towards the bottom. And of course, you got the beautiful stealth lock. That's what this lock here is called, from Brian Winters, and it works like this, right? So you have a variety of different ways to deploy and close a knife. I'm going to use the sort of crossbar looking section right here in the middle, right? So you could deploy and open the knife like that. By the way, listen to the acoustics. All right, so it's brand new out of the box. Severn batch 1 here. You could also use the little tab right here. So the good thing about this one, and it's called the stealth lock, is because the little flipper tab can actually hide or retrieve back into the handle, at least as much as it can. So it's not not really pushing back on your palm, regardless of how hard you squeeze. So you're able to basically use it very similar to a shark lock. And that was kind of one of the reasons I, again, used one of my grill knives, the 80-20.5, because it has the shark lock. So a pull tab back here, right, mechanism works very similar, except this one doesn't hide away. So when you forward choke, right, depending on how hard you squeeze, and there's a possibility you could make an argument that you might feel that little tab a tiny bit. But I mean, honestly, it was never an issue for me. But again, I think it's pretty cool that Brian managed to pull that off. So the other one that I really enjoy that has a sort of a similar back pull tab sort of situation going on is the Super Lock from Snex, and this is the Civivi Vision FG. So very similar deal. You got basically a bar with a coil spring here. You pull back on, it releases the blade, right? And then that bar is actually gonna wedge in between the stop pin and the tang of the blade to hold it open, right? So very similar scenarios here, except this one, none of these hide out, by the way. None of these retrieve back in the handle, right? So there's that piece. And also, right, none of these is actually going to give you the crossbar lock experience on top of things, right? So yeah, so you're getting basically a spine lock scenario or deployment sort of experience with the Severn, but at the same time, you're also getting sort of like a crossbar lock experience like you would a crossbar lock knife. So, take any crossbar lock knife for that matter. So that is pretty unique. I mean, when I saw this from Brian Winters, again, the knife wizard himself, I was like, yep, I'm definitely jumping on that. I saw the Factor, right, when that first got announced, and I was barely getting started on my EDC journey. And at that time, I was like, wait a second, I'm not ready for that yet. But when this one came around, I was like, heck yes, I'm ready. And I'm putting my pre-order in the second it went live. And here it is finally in my hands. So let's do, again, a quick size comparison. Then we'll talk a little bit more here in just a moment. So next to these other two that I just mentioned, talk through 80-20.5 and Civivi Vision FG. Again, both of these are also solid in their own right. So it's actually a little bit bigger than the 80-20.5 and just a smidge smaller than the Civivi Vision FG. Take a look there with your own eyes. Here's the Spyderco PM2 and the Para 3. All right, take a look there. So definitely bigger than the Para 3, smaller than the PM2. All right, very good for EDC carry. Here's the Kunwu Chad once again. And this one has PM60 steel, a very hard, unique steel. Also has mill titanium handles, and very similar combination here, M390 and titanium handles on the Vosteed RSKAOS. Both the RSKAOS and the Chad are going to be a little bit longer than the Severn from WinterBladeCo. And last but not least, since I have them here for a limited time, there's the CJRB, the new CJRB Prado and the CJRB Hectare. The Hectare is going to be a little bit smaller, and the Prado is going to be a little bit longer. Right, but you guys get the idea, right? Hopefully you own some of these knives just so you could get a ballpark more or less where this guy lands. So now that we got the size comparison out of the way, right? You also have, and I hadn't talked about this just yet. Again, I went a lot more detail during the original unboxing. You have a thumb deployment here, right? Which is, you also have a nice cutout on the titanium handle as well. So you can basically push, right? Build some tension there and deploy the blade that way, right? And you're probably thinking, what about lefties, right? What's the situation with lefties? What if they want a thumb stud as well? So I'll be very honest with you guys, and I'm not sure if I said this in the original loaner unboxing or not, but when I first saw this, I'm like, okay, Brian has lost his marbles. Like, what in the world is going on with this asymmetric thumb stud situation here? But then I got a chance to check out the loaner, and I understood what was going on there. It made a little bit more sense. So basically, you have a magnetic little circle there, and you can push out this pin, which mine is actually blacked out. It matches the hardware, right? This is what the pin looks like, and it is stainless steel. The magnet, it actually stays in place because it's magnetic, so I can take off the magnet myself. There's a little bit of oil right there. That's how you know. Again, we just took out a knife out of the box. So I mean, basically, switching it back is very simple. Place a magnet on the blade, line up the hole, and then just put the pin right through it. And there you go. Now we have a lefty thumb stud. So another thing about this knife, it is ambidextrous friendly, right? You kind of already know based on the fact that it has a sort of crossbar lock blend, which by nature is a ambidextrous mechanism, but also the pull tab here on the stealth lock, right? Very ambidextrous friendly as well. If you know me, you know my left hand, the dexterity left the chat since day one. So I'm not even sure how I'm managing to pull that off because I'm not a lefty, but that just goes to tell you how easy it is to manipulate with either hand. The pocket clip situation, which is, by the way, very interesting that the pocket clip matches sort of the same beacon laser etching that you have on the blade itself. I thought that was pretty cool, pretty nice that you have that going on there. And it is also, I want to say ergonomically, it feels pretty good on hand. Pocket clip feels nice and comfortable. Edges are round, right? You can bear down on it, right? All day, every day. You do have a little bit of a taller handle, if you would. But again, ergonomically, it feels really good. You can also forward choke on this bad boy, right, and get some work done all day. After all, you have a sheep's foot, Warncliffe situation going on here. Call it reverse tanto if you want. Whatever makes you sleep better at night, go with that. But yeah, draw cuts and utility cuts with this thing all day, every day. Yes, sir, I think so. That is absolutely going to be an EDC, right? EDC perfection right there, right? To be able to do your package opening, ripping through cardboard. It is a flat grind going on here on the slightly, I mean, considerably very thin blade, right? And again, the action on this thing is really good. I want to say this one hasn't broken in yet. The one I borrowed had a little ting to it sometimes. We might get a ting on this one at some point. But you know, this thing is going to be super, super fidget friendly. You know, I'm going to annoy the crap out of my wife, you know, just fidgeting with this thing when we watch movies and stuff like that. So sitting there on the couch, fidgeting with this thing over and over and over and over again. So pocket clip is reversible, right? You do have an additional hole right here, which is not covered. I guess Brian decided to go with it that way instead. So that's not covered there, but it is reversible, and a simple swap to the other side. So lefties out there rejoice, right? They had you in mind when they made this knife. And of course the alignment right there. I mean, QC, I want to say Brian probably goes through these himself, QCs them all, and yeah, it's impeccable quality fit and finish here. Looks really good. Now you already know Best Tech, they OEM amazing knives for a ton of other companies, right? Just so many other companies, and WinterBladeCo is one of them, and they just killed it, right? They just killed it with this one. I'm sorry, but I'm righty, so I'm just gonna go ahead and switch the thumb stud here very quickly. Now this one's brand new, so you kind of have to slide your nail underneath the little pin there. right, to be able to take it out like that. And I'm probably not going to be doing this only this time because obviously I'm showing it to you, but I'm righty, so I'm going to keep it on one side for most of the time. And yes, you can thumb deploy this thing, but you know, if you want to reverse flick it, guess what? You can Spidey flick it all day, every day. You do have that opening hole there, which is very unique, right? Very, I guess it gives the knife, the blade there, tons and tons of personality, to say the least. It looks so good, right? So good. I mean, this is, I'm just going to say this. This is probably, spoiler alert, going to become one of my favorite knives. And this guy is in the running for perhaps the best knife of 2024. I'm just, you know, I'm not sure if I'm spoiling it or not. I haven't seen any other knife that has perhaps come as close as this one is right now. But there's certainly a lot of great knives coming out this year. That's one thing. It is a great time to be an EDC enthusiast. It is a great time to really be in the knife world, and just all these different designs coming out, people innovating left and right. And why Brian Winters, again, I feel like he's at the top, like the most innovative design with the most innovative, you know, locking mechanism, sort of deployment option that you could get for your money. So I believe some of these, not sure, don't quote me on this, but I will link to the WinterBladeCo website, and of course I'll link to all the other dealers for all the other knives that you saw during the size comparison if you want to pick them up. But this one I believe is still in pre-order. Don't quote me on that. As of the last time I checked the WinterBladeCo, you were able to still get on a pre-order. I think maybe batch 2. Keep in mind this was batch 1. And so yeah, if you're interested, there's a possibility these might still be available. Definitely check his website to see what else he's got out there. So truth is, guys, I'm not sure if, you know, I don't usually do face videos in this channel, at least not yet. Maybe one day when I'm full-time. For right now, I'm just part-time doing this as a hobby here on my spare time after my 9 to 5. But if you guys can see my face right now, I'm rejoicing over here. I got a smile from ear to ear, and I mean, it's, you know, there's a reason why, right? This knife certainly has done that for me. I'm excited. It's finally on my hands. This one is my very own. I mean, so many attention to details, even the little cutout right here so that your thumb has somewhere to kind of sink in and grab that pull tab. At first, I was a little concerned. I'm like, man, that's going to be so uncomfortable. You're going to have to shove your index finger in there and find a way to, okay, don't insert any jokes on that sentence I just said. Anyways, I'm not even going to edit that out. I thought it was going to be very uncomfortable, right, to deploy and use the little stealth tab on the stealth lock, but man, it's actually very, very easy. You do have jimping on top, jimping at the back, so, you know, just basically grab and hold on and bam, that's it. It's super easy to work, super fidgety, right? The review on this guy is coming up here very, very soon. I basically already carried this knife for quite some time, and I got most of my thoughts all gathered. I'm going to carry this one for maybe a smidge longer, see if there's anything additional that I gathered during this time, and then I'll just release the review video based on my thoughts, carrying my own, and of course carrying the loaner one that I got a chance to borrow a little while back. That being said, guys, hopefully you have enjoyed this video. I definitely wanted to share this experience with you guys. This is not a cheap knife at all, right? Definitely has a price to it. But, you know, you do get what you pay for. The premium materials are certainly here. And, of course, you got a combination of a spine lock, kind of shark lock, super lock, combined with crossbar axis lock situation, which you don't see anywhere else. And no other knife company is innovating nearly as much as WinterBladeCo is. You know, Brian Winters himself just going out there and creating some wild, crazy designs. You got to check out Brian, because this is just the production knives, or at least the knives that he's manufacturing with OEMs, but the dude has so many other different designs and crazy deployments and crazy knife locking mechanisms that you haven't even seen yet. Like, he just keeps innovating and creating new things and, you know, revolutionizing the way you could possibly imagine a knife could even deploy, right? Recently looked at the, I think he calls it the lightsaber, right? One of the knives that he showcased over at Blaze Show, and I think that was really cool and, you know, pretty nice. So, yeah, the guy is just killing it. Though definitely check out WinterBladeCo. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you got value out of it, if you enjoyed it, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It truthfully means a lot to me. Also, subscribe to the channel if you like seeing knife and EDC content like this on a daily basis. I promise you it will be worth coming back for more. Check out the unboxing on the loaner Severn, right? Again, that one was black scales with the Stonewash steel or M390 blade. So definitely check that out for more details and insights on that. Subscribe so you don't miss out on the review on this one here coming very soon. And you can support the channel on Patreon or right here on YouTube by becoming a channel member. You'll get access to exclusive perks. Check out these 2 videos on your screen, guys. Chances are you're definitely gonna enjoy one of them, if not both. If you made it to the end, you are the real MVP. Thank you so much for your love and support. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Either this one or this one. Peace.